Hold up. Stop what you're doing right now. If you're still broke while scrolling through success stories of people half as smart as you building generational wealth, there's one thing you're missing, and it's not what you think. It's not more hours, more hustle, or some secret investment strategy the rich don't want you to know. In 20 minutes, I'm going to show you the exact mental operating system that separates people who build real wealth from those who stay stuck making other people rich forever. But first, I need to tell you something that's going to sting, and you might not like me for it. You're smart. You work your ass off. You've read the books, listened to the podcasts, maybe even taken the courses. But here's what nobody's telling you. You're still thinking like someone who's broke, and that's exactly why you stay that way. Here's the brutal truth that everyone's dancing around. Most of you have been programmed to think small. Your parents said, get a good job, save your money, don't take risks. Your teacher said, play it safe. Society said, be grateful for what you have. And now you're stuck in this prison of limitation, making the same safe choices that keep you exactly where you are. The cost? Years of your life spent building someone else's dream. Opportunities that walked right past you because you were too scared to see them. Watching people with half your talent build the life you actually wanted, while you convince yourself that money isn't everything. But here's what pisses me off the most. You think rich people got lucky, or that they're smarter than you, or that they had some advantage you didn't. That's bullshit. They just think differently. And today, you're gonna learn how. Let's cut the chase. This isn't about yachts, designer labels, or your next Lambo. The Millionaire Mindset is a battle-tested framework, a mental operating system, and it stands on 5 unbreakable pillars. Nail these, and you'll build wealth that lasts generations. The first one is abundance over scarcity. Most people see limits. Millionaires see possibility. They don't hoard every penny. They hunt for value, partnerships, and opportunities that others overlook. When everyone else is asking, what if I lose money? The wealthy are asking, what if this idea changes the world? The number 2 is future orientation. Instant gratification is for gamblers. Millionaires make decisions through a 5 to 30-year lens. Every choice, where you invest your time, your capital, even your relationships, is judged on its long-term payoff. Think decades, not days. The pillar number 3 is bias toward action. Perfection is the enemy of progress. While most folks wait for the perfect moment, millionaires launch imperfect ideas, learn from the market, and iterate faster than a Silicon Valley startup. Action trumps analysis paralysis every time. The number 4 is ownership and leverage. Working harder caps your earnings. Leveraging equity, assets, and scalable systems unleashes exponential growth, believe me. Millionaires don't trade time for dollars. They build businesses, invest in real estate, or own pieces of companies so their money works while they sleep. And the last pillar, number 5, is self-mastery. Wealth without discipline is a house of cards. Daily routines, from budgeting to mindset drills, align your emotions, your spending habits, and your calendar with your biggest goals. It's not about willpower. It's about designing habits that automate success. And that is the Millionaire Mindset. If you master these 5 pillars and you don't just chase wealth, you become a wealth creator. This invisible scaffolding underpins every self-made millionaire's empire. Now, let's dive into how you can start living these principles today. But knowing the Millionaire Mindset isn't enough. There are 7 habits that high net worth creators live by every single day. Adopt these non-negotiables and you won't just think like a millionaire, you'll start building real abundance. You've got big goals, so cut the fluff and silence the noise. These aren't magic tricks or one-day hacks. They're relentless routines that quietly compound, turning ordinary hours into extraordinary breakthroughs. Here's what each habit does, why it matters, and exactly how to plug it into your life right now. Let's kick off with the simplest habit that compounds into massive transformation, because small, consistent actions are how millionaires get ahead. Read just 10 pages every single day. 88% of millionaires read daily. Not fiction, books on business, mindset, and growth. Imagine each page as a tiny deposit into your personal expertise bank. Instead of endless scrolling, pick up a book that teaches you about money, business, or mindset. Do this daily, and you'll breeze through nearly 20 books a year, each one sharpening your edge, expanding your thinking, and rewiring your brain for wealth. You can place your book somewhere you can't miss it, on your pillow, your desk, or beside your morning coffee. Commit to a 15-minute reading sprint. Every day, you'll be better and manage your finances better than the day before. That brings us to habit 2, work with passion. 86% of self-made millionaires love what they do. Now, don't confuse that with chasing some fairy tale dream job. This is about aligning your skills, values, and goals with work that feels meaningful. When you find that mix, discipline stops being a grind. It becomes momentum. You don't need to quit your job today, but you do need to explore. What work energizes you? What problems are you curious to solve? Start there. See your passion as fuel, not fluff. Instead of punching a clock, ask, what skill or interest can I monetize this week? List your top 3 interests. Choose one and sketch a simple beta offer, coaching call, mini course, or handcrafted product. Launch at a price you'd happily pay yourself. When work lights you up, it never feels like work, and revenue follows enthusiasm. And once you're moving in the direction of purpose, something powerful happens. You begin wanting to give more than you take. Hey there, I'm Mark, and I'm genuinely excited you're here investing in your growth. Before we dive deeper into today's strategy, I want to ask you a quick favor that takes just 2 seconds but makes a huge difference. If you're finding value in this content, hit that subscribe button and tap the like. It's completely free and helps us reach more people who need these game-changing strategies. Your support directly fuels our mission to help thousands transform their lives. Thanks for being part of this community. Now let's jump right back into the breakthrough strategies that are about to change everything for you. The habit number 3 is volunteer and give back. 72% of millionaires volunteer at least 5 hours per month. Why? Because volunteering builds something no course or degree can offer: empathy, humility, and deep connection. It puts you in rooms with driven, generous people. It strengthens your sense of purpose. And believe it or not, those relationships often become your next clients, mentors, or business partners. Service rewires your brain for abundance. You stop asking, what can I get? And start thinking, how can I help? Think of volunteering as strategic networking with heart. Block 5 hours this month for a cause you care about. Show up early, ask questions, and listen more than you speak. Exchange contact info and follow up with 2 new people. And guess what people do when they care deeply about impact? They don't rely on just one stream of income. They build more. And that's the habit number 4. Build multiple income streams. Did you know that 65% of millionaires have more than one income stream? Your job is not your safety net. Your systems are. Start small. A weekend freelance gig, a simple product, dividend-paying stocks. What matters is that you stop depending on one source, because when one door closes, you want 3 more opening. And the real kicker? Multiple income streams give you freedom. Freedom to pivot, invest, and say no to anything that doesn't align with you or your values. But income doesn't grow if it leaks, which is why the next millionaire habit is about mastering the basics. The most basic and simple thing that exists to create wealth is the unpopular habit number 5. Practice frugal living. Millionaires live below their means, even when they don't have to. Frugal doesn't mean cheap. It means intentional. It means asking, is this helping my future or feeding my ego? They drive cars that are paid off, they avoid lifestyle creep, and they prioritize freedom over flexing. Start tracking, cut subscriptions, delay impulse buys forever. These aren't restrictions, they're choices that buy you power. And what do you do with that extra time and freedom? You use it wisely, starting with how you wake up. Habit 6 is a game changer. The next habit, it's about regain your time. Habit number 6, it's all about wake up early. 44% of millionaires rise at least 3 hours before their workday. Why? Because morning silence is prime time for mental clarity. There's no noise, no distractions, just you, your mind, and your mission. Own your dawn. Shift wake-ups by 15 minutes earlier each day until you're up 3 hours before work. Structure a power hour, 20 minutes reading, 20 minutes goal setting, 20 minutes movement. Protect this time. No emails, no social media, no compromises. Control your morning, control your day. Even waking up 30 minutes earlier to plan your day, exercise, or learn a skill gives you a massive edge. This is where structure starts, and structure fuels the final millionaire habit that ties them all together: goal setting. Habit number 7 is set and track goals consistently. Here's the final piece: consistent goal setting. Millionaires set clear, actionable goals and review them often. Millionaires don't wing it. They plan, they track, they course correct. Set monthly goals, review them weekly. Ask what worked, what didn't, what's next. They treat goals like a GPS, not a fantasy. Grab a notebook, use Notion, or even a whiteboard, but don't keep your goals in your head. They belong in front of your eyes. Dial in your focus. Each morning, write your top 3 must-win tasks. Every Sunday, audit wins and misses. Recalibrate next week's plan. Keep a visible tracker, bullet journal, whiteboard, or habit app. Specific, measurable goals turn ambition into action and action into lasting wealth. Because what gets measured gets mastered. Which one of these habits, if you mastered it for 90 days, would turbocharge your path to wealth? Pause the video now. Pick one habit. Commit to practicing it tomorrow morning. When ready, press play to keep learning. This is only the start. Look, you might be thinking, some people are just built differently. You're right, but here's the twist. Those differences can be developed. Massive studies of over 1,000 millionaires show that they consistently rank higher in risk tolerance. They're comfortable making calculated moves. Emotional stability. They stay calm under pressure. Conscientiousness. They're organized, consistent, reliable. Low neuroticism. They don't spiral under stress. Growth mindset. They believe they could learn anything. These traits aren't side effects of being rich. They're the drivers that help them become rich in the first place. And they're not set in stone. You can train your mind to develop them with the right tools. Most people get stuck because they were trained to fear risk, to avoid failure, to think small. You've heard it. Play it safe. Save a little. Don't dream too big. That's scarcity thinking. It keeps you in survival mode. And the cost? Missed opportunities. Years stuck in a job you hate. Constant stress about money. Never reaching your real potential. But that can change fast when you flip the script and adopt the millionaire mindset. Let's dive into 9 mindset shifts that separate wealthy thinkers from the rest. First, growth over comfort. They seek challenge. Discomfort means growth. Safety doesn't scale. Second, time is a weapon. They invest time, not just spend it. Every hour is aimed at progress. Third, long-term thinking. They're playing the 10-year game, not the weekend game. Fourth, money follows value. They ask, how can I solve a problem? Not, how can I get paid? Fifth, risk is managed, not feared. They act despite uncertainty. That's where breakthroughs happen. Sixth, emotional control around money. They don't react emotionally. They stick to the plan. No panic, no envy. Seventh, habits over motivation. They don't rely on willpower. They systemize their success. Eighth, high standard environments. They surround themselves with people who think big and grow bigger. Ninth, they are the investment. They invest in their own growth. Books, mentors, courses, clarity. If you internalize just 3 of these, you'll feel the shift. If you apply all 9 over time, you'll become the shift. Here's a little extra bonus, something most people miss. Wealth is emotional. A study of 10,000 people found that positive emotions like optimism, gratitude, and purpose predict better financial outcomes. Grateful people save more. Optimistic people bounce back faster. Purpose-driven people invest more consistently. In other words, happiness doesn't come after wealth. It creates it. So if you struggle with stress, doubt, or money fear, start there. Train your inner world. Watch your bank account follow. The truth is, you don't have to be rich to think like the rich. You just need to decide that from today forward, you'll stop operating from fear and start moving with intention. But let's be real. All the theory in the world isn't enough. You need structure and a step-by-step system to take real, tangible action. That's why we created the Mental Discipline for Success system. To give you the tools, the structure, and the daily accountability to make this mindset your default, not just your dream. So, if you really want to make this a reality in your life, I invite you to join the hundreds of people who have already begun to transform their lives. This all-in-one kit equips you with powerful tools to rewire your mind to stay laser-focused and take charge of your future. We'll leave the link in the description. Now it's your turn. Choose 3 daily habits from Corley's list, 2 mental shifts from the 9 above. Commit to 90 days. Track your progress religiously. Train your thoughts like muscles and watch your net worth follow. Comment below. Which habit and shift will you start tomorrow? If you're ready to think and live like a millionaire, hit like and subscribe.